This 5-minute video celebrates a mental health project in Liverpool and cuts interviews with artists and audience with clips from the show Me vs. Me. There are 2 female performers who wear harnesses attached to bungee ropes on a scaffold frame. On the sides of the frame, 2 climbers counterbalance the women, climbing up or down to lift them flying high into the air or floating to the ground.
Before we do a show, we always do a squeeze.
A woman tilts.
It's an opportunity just for us to connect with each other and realise what we've put in and to prepare ourselves for what we're about to do.
Floats back.
So here we go.
A group of performers gathers in a tight bunch and they breathe as one. Two women are lifted by their ankles and land on their feet. One hangs onto a scaffold, feet flying back. One pushes the other and she flies into the air.
This is really going to blow people away. They
float down and land on the ground.
Didn't want it to stop. It was really captivating, really beautiful.
One tumbles a somersault in mid-air.
As a piece of work, as a piece of art, I was mesmerised.
One flies across the stage and crashes into the other. A title reads Wired Aerial Theatre. Artistic Director Wendy Hesketh-Ogilvie.
Wired Aerial Theatre is an organisation that combines flying techniques with dance and theatre. The way that we do that is by taking any harness and finding a way to move that makes sense to the theme that we're working with. Me vs. Me is a 12-minute long piece that has been created around the theme of mental health. The show is loosely based on a tale about 2 wolves that live in all of us, and each of those wolves are at opposite ends of the spectrum of mental health.
Henry Agwike.
I've worked with Wendy just over 11 years ago on this piece.
Choreographer.
Which is being remounted, and really happy to be here doing it again. Obviously issues of duality, mental health. It was strange to come back to some of the themes then and look at how it relates now.
We don't just do a performance, but we do the workshops as well.
Michaela Anders, Director of Learning and Participation.
The workshops are a movement-based workshop where we're exploring ideas connected to mental health. I've had meetings with the Samaritans, and an awful lot of time has been spent with the MYA RAISE team, part of CAMS, where they've been training me and guiding me in what I can put within my workshops.
They work with young people.
Within the workshops themselves, we're going to be looking at the themes within the performance, different ways of looking at emotions and creating movement based on those emotions. And then the second half of the workshop package is to look at the 5 ways of well-being. So they'll leave the workshop hoping to feel better about themselves.
Lecturer Jason Anders.
The workshop is so accessible and the workshop leaders are so friendly. They've really put people at ease and helped them to relax and give their best. Some great work going on in there. It's not only do they get a chance to see some groundbreaking aerial theatre, they also get an opportunity to look at how work can be structured. And then they get a chance to discuss mental health issues and how it affects them in different ways.
They perform to a full house.
Exploring mental health in this way is something quite unique.
Jamie Ogilvie, Aerial Director.
Me vs. Me technically has been designed to be an extremely self-sufficient production. Everything fits in one van. We can do the get-in, we can do the shows, we can do the get-out, all in one day. Even the people travel within that van. So we've really gone into quite a lot of depth about making it a very small, compact show to put on tour to different venues.
The 2 women hang from one hand and rise into the air. Climber Gavin Vincent.
Wired as a company could reach into a broad range of performance environments and as well as outreach environments. The work they create can appeal from grassroots communities all the way through to large-scale commercial spectacle shows. The content and the physical content of what's being made can also reach a large entertainment platform, so I think it's covering both areas really nicely.
It could benefit a huge range of people, and this is a prime example of bringing this to school kids, but also the families of school kids.
Alicia Smith, Divisional Manager for Arts.
Great that we have got a piece of work that is happening in Liverpool. Wider, a homegrown, fantastic company, work all over the world, and it's great to be able to be part of bringing a piece and its first showcase is going to be in Liverpool, and then it can go across the region, which is fantastic.
This particular work opens up so many possibilities for exploring the topic of mental health.
The dancers.
I'll take away just being more mindful of myself in space, but also other people.
Actually coming on and working on this show has helped me reflect on my own situation a lot and see the feelings that are transpired through this show, and know I'm not alone in this. There is help out there. This is a normal thing to go through.
The women hang upside down.
This is a starting point, a talking point to get people thinking about mental health.
It feels like a very worthy project, and I hope it does bring a significant change to the school children that we perform in front of and work with.
The dancers and climbers stand hand in hand and take a bow. A title reads, Me versus Me. A Wired aerial theatre production. Audio description by Willie Elliott.